This is Brent, and in this video we're doing yet another power exercise for the posterior kinetic chain. In this video we're going to do something called a posterior kinetic chain toss, also affectionately known as a keg toss. I'm going to have my friend Vinny come out and help me demonstrate this exercise. One of my absolute favorites. You do need a little space to accomplish this exercise. Now, we are doing power exercise, so once again I'm not so concerned with load. Medicine balls are relatively light for a reason. We are going to throw them at high velocity. This is all about speed. And from the standpoint of this exercise, we also have to take a very close look at something called our amortization phase. That quick turnaround between an eccentric load and a concentric lift. What we're trying to do is stretch out all that connective tissue, start getting stretch reflex really fired up, and then combine that with the force we generate from a concentric contraction. So, on this exercise, I'm gonna hand Vinny the ball because the starting position is here. The amortization phase is here. Now, we don't want him to touch the ground. I want him to turn around the force, not the ground to turn around the force. But he's gonna descend into a deep squat, and then using his squat mechanics, thrusting his hips forward and standing straight up, he is gonna launch this ball as high as he possibly can into the air. All right, Vinny, let's see this. Nice. Saw Vinny lost his balance a little bit there. Our form and our kinetic chain cues are still the same with this exercise. I would rather see him be able to throw this ball and stabilize himself. Now, I think one of the mistakes Vinny made on this particular rep was he held onto that ball a little too long. A lot of people with this posterior kinetic chain toss try to throw it back. The problem with that is we create a lot of angular momentum. Our angular momentum follows and starts pushing us back that way, creating a lot of force for our rectus abdominis to try to decelerate. We end up in this sort of position, which is off balance and of course a little dangerous on our spine. So once again, I'm gonna ask Vinny to think more straight up. Don't worry about it coming straight back down on you. It's not gonna happen. You're still creating a huge arch, and I'll be here to warn you. All right, and I want you to think just a little bit faster. Don't think about throwing hard, think about throwing fast. All right, so let's see it again. I'm gonna line up his kinetic chain checkpoints as I always do, although Vinny's been training a long time, he's pretty good. Notice his feet are parallel. He's got a nice squat form here. Straight up. There we go, and you notice he's kept his balance. This was nice and engaged. He didn't get into that hyperextension. Everything looked pretty good, and he actually didn't lose any height on the ball. I know you guys can't see the ball's going off camera, but this is the more important component of this exercise anyway. So, you got it? All right, let's speed this up. I know you can speed this up. You were holding back on me a little bit on that one. Nice, really nice. Now guys, don't hurry to increase the weight. Everybody hurries to increase the weight. Let me go grab a heavier medicine ball. This is power training. I want to see how much speed I can get out of his kinetic chain. If there's any way for you guys to cue higher, or if they can stabilize a little farther back, do that first. Continue to do reps until you see that huge decrease in force produced, which in this exercise is probably going to be the height of the ball. All of a sudden you'll notice the height of the ball start dropping further and further down. So this should probably last between, I'm guessing, 6 and 10 reps before you start to see that decline. We're going to grab the ball one more time, kind of review our kinetic chain checkpoints. Obviously, it's kind of doing a partial set for you guys here, but we'll give you a little bit of an idea of what a set would look like, having him do 3 balls back to back. Since I want to make sure velocity continues to increase, if you have 3 different size balls, it's probably best for you guys to go heaviest to lightest rather than the other way around. Setting up his kinetic chain checkpoint, so once again, you're going to thrust forward at the hips, think going straight up, all right, and think about turning around at the bottom as fast as you can.
Gotcha.
All right, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 as quickly as you can with good form. Boom. Nice. Really nice. Try to get as much as you can. Now, one mistake we made on that one, I want you to make sure you're jumping.
Gotcha.
Right? Because if you're jumping off the ground, we get that one more piece of our kinetic chain, which is going to be our ankle complex, our calves, also contributing to all this force that we're getting. Boom. Nice. Really, really nice. All right, Vinny's a beast. That was a great posterior kinetic chain throw. He actually just threw it over our wall. We'll have to go get that later. But I hope you guys enjoy this exercise. I hope you guys get a lot out of this lesson. I want to see tons of posterior kinetic chain power and a lot more power out of the shoulders. I'll talk with you guys soon.